My friends, let me introduce you to the Prototipo 6, brand new tier 8 medium. This premium tank is absolutely incredible, and in this video I'm going to show you why. Prototipo 6 is an auto-reloader, much like Progetto 46, but with a much deadlier gun. And to understand why, let me show you its firepower. First of all, Prototipo 6 has 3 shots in the clip, each dealing 300 damage. This means we can burst up to 900 damage on average. Next, our penetration is very good and much better than Progetto's. This alone allows us to be very competitive on the battlefield, but guys, I'm just scratching the surface. Having 900 burst potential, we are effectively killing everything at tier 8 within 2 clips, and this Renegade is a good example of it. After emptying our clip, we now have to reload for 28 seconds, roughly, to get all 3 shots back. I like to use this downtime to search for an opportunity to strike again or change my position. And if you ever notice that your heavy flank is losing on Westfield, I recommend you go in this position to create a very nice crossfire. As long as you have your back covered by the tank destroyers in the Govica position, you can be here relatively safe. This play allowed me to keep some of the map control and punish overconfident enemies. And now we are already at 3000 damage, but have to wait a little bit until we can fire again. So let's use this time to check the gun handling of Prototipo 6. We immediately notice that we have very good accuracy, second best among all tier 8 mediums by the way, and minus 9 degrees of gun depression, so playing on reach lines is very comfy. However, the bloom and aim time is far from being perfect. At first I couldn't trust this gun and was experimenting with equipment a lot, but honestly I just needed to get used to it. In this battle, you see me playing with the Vents, Experimental Turbo and Stabilizer, and I think this is a very solid equipment for when I want to do damage. If my goal is to make as much credits as possible, I would be playing with the Optic instead of Vents in main build and having full scouting equipment as secondary loadout. Around 10 months ago, I made a high-level commentary featuring my favorite tank to farm credits with. But guys, this might change. With higher alpha damage, pant and even a little bit of armor, Prototipo 6 is just crazy. We already have 4000 damage. If I just do full clip, it is going to be 5k. Result that would be very decent even for a tier 10 medium tank. I really love this flexibility. If you bounce your shot, you can go and reload and have 2 to be able to finish 400 HP Panther M10. Have I played any other traditional medium tank, I would probably die in this scenario because I'm low HP. But just like this, we secured 6,300 combined damage. In our next game, as you can see, we are fighting against tier 10s, and I'm going to brawl the heavies, because our tank has a little bit of armor. So while we are driving into position, let's check it out. This is Prototipo 6 armor versus Progetto 46's gun. And as you can see, depending on the angle, we are able to get quite a lot of bounces sometimes. And this here is the most interesting part. But it's important to mention that our side armor is only 30mm, meaning that everything that has 91 caliber gun will be able to pen upper part all the time. And in this battle here, I was able to get extra 1000 damage just because of the armor. Right now, Indian Panzer is down to 2 shots. All I have to do is reload second, peek, bounce a shot and finish him. Unfortunately for us, the reinforcements has arrived and now we have to skadoodle. But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this part of the battle, mobility of Prototipo 6. With the 50 kilometers per hour top speed, good terrain resistance, and nice amount of horses per ton, Prototipo 6 is nimble. To me, it felt like I was going full speed pretty much all the time playing with this tank. Honestly, I don't know how many tanks in the game would be able to escape similar situation. But just how much can we do with the damaged engine and being one-shot at the beginning of the game? Unfortunately here I failed to realize that I'm down to 2 AP0 shots and only loading 1 shot now. Seeing how T-57 is clearly going to push towards us, I knew we had to clear this flank fast. Unfortunately, I only managed to reload 1 shell, but T-57 Heavy doesn't know about it, and pretending as if I'm running away, I'm ready to strike from behind.
I need help!
As you can see, T-57 Heavy is very healthy. Not sure whether I will be able to finish him or not, I wanted to reload my last shot and fully clip him. But he gave up and pushed in front of everyone. But that's alright. By the time we get to the other side and spotted a STRV, we already have 3 shots in the clip. Proxy spotting STB-1, I know he's here for blood, but we are not going to die without a fight. Remember I was talking about the side armor? If we manage to bounce, it's going to be glorious. And despite being one shot at the beginning of the battle, we still managed to do 4,500 damage. In our final battle on Empire's border, we are top tier. Let's see how much damage can we do in this situation. The situation with the T-57 Heavy on Ambi was a clear example that sometimes trying to keep your DPM is going to do more harm than good. And if there is anything I learned about playing both with the Progetto and with the Prototipo 6, is that whenever I can, I probably should be going for full clip. If you have Progetto 46 yourself, or you're planning on getting this vehicle yourself, try this method, and I promise you guys, it is going to be very enjoyable. Just don't worry about the DPM, whenever you can shoot, shoot all you can. It's that simple. But of course, there is always going to be situations where keeping your DPM is better, and those scenarios usually occur when you are able to shoot, let's say, a lot of enemies for kind of extended period of time. But with the Prototipo 6, I decided not to go for shooting the last shot if I'm not sure I'm going to connect it. So I don't like risking my last one, because then your reload basically doubles. And as you can see here, again, I only shot twice, keeping my last shot, because I know that enemies aren't running anywhere, and I'm going to be able to use my full clip in just a second. And in just a couple of minutes, we secured 3,600 damage. But there is one more important aspect that I didn't show you yet, and that is concealment. And that is a big deal, since our camo is much better than Progetto's, making it a lot easier to sneak around or scout for your team. Once you played enough, you're able to furthermore improve your camo with the field mode at the level 5. Playing with the Prototipo 6, I had a truckload of fun. It felt like I'm a tier 9 tank in a tier 8 matchmaking. Having 900 damage burst, camo and speed makes Prototipo flexible, and I never felt like I can't do anything in the game, even when fighting against tier 10 tanks. Shortly put, Prototipo is great, but the problem is that it's only going to be available in the loot boxes. Guys, I do not recommend buying boxes because there are many tanks in there, and you have no guarantee to get the tank you want without overpaying stupid amount. I do not like this practice of introducing new tanks through the loot boxes, and I wish that Wargaming would introduce them instead directly into the premium shop, where you can buy the tank that you want with a fixed price. To summarize, Prototipo 6 is amazing. Everyone who loves Borat or Progetto will enjoy this tank. I rate Prototipo 6 9 out of 10. But as I mentioned, I do not recommend gambling to the boxes to get the tank. I'm making these videos not as promotion, but to show what this tank is all about. If you like this tank, I would wait until it's available in the premium shop for a fixed price. I wish you guys an amazing day, and thank you for watching.